At the very crown of the earth, where the horizon stretches into an infinite white void, lies a world that defies the logic of human survival. This is the Arctic. To the uninitiated, it looks like a barren wasteland, a kingdom of death, locked in eternal silence. But this is an illusion. For thousands of years, this white expanse has been a home. It has been a garden. It has been a university of survival. This is the realm of the Inuit. To understand the Inuit, you must first understand the ice. In the modern world, we view ice as a hazard. But here, the ice is the land itself. It is the highway that connects nations and the platform for the hunt. The elders say that the ice never sleeps. It groans under the pressure of the tides. It cracks with the sound of cannon fire. It shifts and drifts, a puzzle that changes every single hour. To walk here is to read a language written in frozen water. A hunter must know the difference between the blue ice of a multi-year freeze, which is hard as steel, and the gray, slushy ice that hides a watery grave. This knowledge is not written in books. It is etched into the collective memory of a people, learned through the soles of the feet. The wind here is a physical force, a sculptor that carves the snow into waves of concrete hard drifts. Yet the people who stand in this wind do not cower, they stand tall. They have evolved a technology of clothing that surpasses anything created in a modern laboratory. Consider the parka. It is not just a coat, it is a wearable environment. Made from caribou skin, it is engineered to trap warm air against the body. The hollow hairs of the fur act as insulators, creating a microclimate that keeps the hunter alive when the temperature drops to 40 degrees below zero. The hood is often trimmed with the fur of the wolverine, the only fur that does not collect frost from human breath. The boots, the Qulliqs, are sewn with a stitch so watertight that a hunter can stand in freezing slush all day and never feel the damp. This is the first lesson of the Arctic. You do not fight the cold, you wear it. But a man is slow. To master the vast distances of the Arctic, the Inuit formed a partnership with a beast built for the ice, the Qulliq, the Inuit dog. These are not pets. They are the engines of the North. Wolves in spirit, brothers in service. Their metabolism is a biological furnace, capable of running for days on seal blubber and frozen fish. The relationship between the musher and the dogs is telepathic. There are no reins to steer a sled. There is only the voice. Commands whiplash through the wind, guiding the team. The sled itself, the Qulliq, is a marvel of engineering. It contains no nails or screws. Instead, the wooden runners are lashed together with seal skin or rope. The sled is flexible. It flows over the violent terrain like water, designed to move with the landscape, not against it. As the caravan moves across the white void, the goal is always the same: energy. In a land without vegetation, life comes from the animal, the seal, the walrus, the whale. The hunt for the ringed seal is the ultimate test of patience. In the dead of winter, the ocean is covered by solid ice. The seal lives in the water below, but it must breathe, clawing tiny holes through the surface. The hunter must find a hole the size of a coin in an ocean the size of a continent. And then he must wait. He stands perfectly still, bent over the hole, sometimes for hours. He cannot stomp his feet to stay warm, for the seal hears everything. He enters a trance-like state. When the seal finally surfaces to take a breath, the sound is softer than a whisper. But the hunter hears it. In one fluid motion, the harpoon strikes. This is not a sport. This is the difference between life and death. When the seal is brought onto the ice, a ritual of gratitude takes place. The hunter drips fresh water into the seal's mouth, ensuring its spirit will return to the ocean and tell the others that this human is honorable. The meat is often eaten raw. This shocks the outsider, but it is a nutritional necessity. Cooking meat destroys vitamin C. By eating it raw and frozen, the Inuit prevents scurvy. The blubber is the fuel. It warms the body from the inside out, powering the human machine through the long night. But the blubber serves another purpose. It brings light. Enter the igloo. From the outside, a simple mound of snow. Inside, a miracle of thermodynamics. The hunter cuts blocks of wind-packed snow and lays them in a spiral. As the walls rise, they lean inward, defying gravity, supported by the physics of the catenary arch. A single man can build a shelter in 45 minutes that can withstand a hurricane. Inside, the body heat of the family brings the temperature up above freezing, but the true heart of the home is the Qulliq, the stone lamp. Filled with seal oil and a moss wick, this tiny golden flame was the only light in the Arctic night for thousands of years. It cooked the food, dried the mittens, and melted snow for water. Around this flame, culture was preserved. While the blizzard screamed outside, the elders told stories of Sedna, the goddess of the sea, and the trickster raven. In these warm domes of ice, children learned that they were not separate from the land, but a part of it. They learned that animals have souls, Inuit, and that the world is watching how you behave. But there are other eyes watching in the dark. The Arctic has a king, and it is not man, Nanook, the polar bear. Standing 10 feet tall, the polar bear is the largest land predator on Earth and the only animal that will actively hunt a human being. To the Inuit, the bear is a figure of immense power, often called the Great Wanderer. A bear can smell a man from 20 miles away. When a hunter crosses paths with Nanook, the air charges with electricity. The dogs howl, their wolf ancestry igniting. The sled is flipped to create a barrier. It is a clash of titans. The bear is intelligent. It moves with silent, terrifying grace. If the hunter is successful, there is no boasting, only humility. The bear's skin will provide the warmest trousers for the tribe, but its spirit must be treated with the utmost caution. As winter deepens, the sun vanishes completely. For months, the land is bathed in a perpetual twilight. This is the time of the great psychological test. But the Inuit look up and they see magic. The aurora borealis, the northern lights, ribbons of green and purple unfurl across the starfield. Science tells us this is solar wind. The Inuit know better. These are the spirits of the dead, the ancestors dancing in the afterlife. They believe that if you whistle, the lights will come closer. If you whisper, they will carry your messages to those you have lost. The lights are a reminder that in the Arctic, the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds is very thin. Then the great shift occurs, the sun returns. Spring arrives, not with flowers, but with the breakup. The solid ocean begins to shatter. Leads open up, cracks of black water forming vast rivers through the ice. The world becomes a chaotic, moving mosaic. Now, the narwhals return, the unicorns of the sea, navigating the cracks with their long ivory tusks. The bowhead whales, creatures that can live for 200 years, smash through the ice to breathe. The Inuit launch their kayaks, skin boats stretched over driftwood frames. This hunting is silent, precarious, and deadly. One mistake, one capsize in the freezing water, means death in minutes. On the land, the caribou migration begins. Millions of animals move like a brown river across the tundra. They are the resource that provides everything else: sinew for thread, bone for needles, antler for tools. Summer is a time of frantic activity and abundance. Under the 24-hour sunlight, children play until they collapse from exhaustion, because the sun never sets to tell them it is time to sleep. This cycle, the freezing and the thawing, the dark and the light, has forged a people of incredible resilience. To be Inuit is to be a master of adaptation. Look at the tools they created from nothing. The snow goggles carved from bone with narrow slits to protect eyes from snow blindness. The original sunglasses, the toggle harpoon, a piece of genius engineering that secures the catch. Every object tells a story of problem solving in a place where the penalty for failure is death. But the greatest tool of the Inuit is their mindset. They have a word, ayurnamat. It translates to, "It cannot be helped." It is a philosophy not of giving up, but of acceptance. If the ice breaks and you lose your sled, ayurnamat. If the storm blows for 5 days, ayurnamat. Anger wastes energy. You accept what the land gives and what it takes away. You adapt. You move on. In the modern age, the Arctic is changing. The ice is thinning. The Inuit are walking a bridge between the ancient world of the harpoon and the modern world of the internet. Yet the old wisdom remains the anchor. They are the sentinels of the planet. They are the ones who see the changes first. They know that we do not own the earth. We are merely borrowing it from our children. As we watch the lone sled move across the vast canvas, disappearing into the mist, we witness the endurance of the human spirit in its purest form. They are the children of the north wind. They are the keepers of the ice. In a world that is cold, hard, and unforgiving, they found a way to build warmth. They found a way not just to survive, but to create a life of profound meaning at the edge of the inhabitable world. As long as the northern lights dance over the snow and the ice groans under the moon, the Inuit will be there, listening to the wind, respecting the hunt, and guiding us through the white silence.